Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today we're going to be taking a look at Polkadot and specifically the price action of the DOT coin. Guys, as we get into this, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really appreciate that. If you are new, then do subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you won't miss another Polkadot update. Right, with that said done, let's get into some analysis here on Polkadot. Right, so we're going to start things off with this weekly chart, just talk about everything that we can see going on here. Right, so obviously a limited amount of data, not too much on the weekly chart here to really talk about, but we have got a reasonable amount of progress most recently, right? So we can see that we did top out over here along with Bitcoin earlier in the year, and kind of topping out in May, and then obviously going down in this kind of correction wave, and now we've obviously got some good traction. Now we are up against a little bit of resistance. We're going to get into that in a moment, but we have gone past the first area of kind of competition, I guess we wanted to get through. So right now the stochastic is is up there in overbought, but this is perfectly fine. This is something that we normally see once we get into these kind of waves to the upside. So being overbought is nice and good. It means that this can be sustained for a while before we start to actually go back down. And again, we can lose momentum of our stochastic very quickly and then go back up without doing any damage to the price. Okay, so we have little kind of corrections like this one in the middle here, and that's perfectly fine. It allows us then to continue the growth. Now, we do have Polkadot here kind of Fibonacci retracement levels kind of established, and from the high of May and the low that was achieved down here in July does show $177 as the kind of peak of where this thing is likely to go. So again, quite a bit of progress still to be had here, and some good targets associated with it, and that's about 450% now from the current position up to that $177. So let's jump down into our daily. This is where we got to see a little bit more of the detail of what is going on, right? Because we did battle through this area here. This was a Fibonacci area of the 618, 702, 786, okay, an area that we were battling previously and getting rejected from. We also were rejected briefly. We had that pullback, and then we basically broke it and surged up just a couple of days ago. So today we are looking at a pullback as we've approached the 618 area, and what we'll look for here is to find a good support line, okay? So we'll probably be looking to find that support at around this level. Seems pretty sensible. Let me just mark that up. Right, here we go. So we'll be looking at around about here, an area of previous support and resistance over this side, resistance over here. We've broken through it, so if we can turn this into a support line, that should hold quite nicely. This comes in at $31.21. Okay, so some progress still to be made here, but back test down here could be really key for Polkadot to move on further forward. Now we take a look at the overbought area. We were overbought for quite some time during this run. We were expecting the pullback. I spoke about this all the time with many other altcoins. They're pretty much all tracking the same thing. And what you saw was a pullback here, a small pullback that took out the momentum of our stochastic and put us into a very nice position. We found good support and then we surged right to the upside. We're looking for something similar, but obviously we're not overbought yet. So we're going to continue the rise to the upside, in my opinion, before we have that pullback, lose the momentum, and then we'll be back up into this area. So this is where the main battle starts, up here at the 618, the 702, the 786, okay? So for Polkadot, this comes in at $34.80, what is that, $34.83. For the 618. Once we're past that, the main battles will be held at about 37.97, and then we need to see a close candle just up here above 41.38. Okay, and a weekly close up here is going to be the strongest bull signal that then takes us into that price discovery mode. Okay, so there's a few areas that we need to battle through still, but things on the daily chart are lining up quite nicely now. Things are progressing quite nicely for Polkadot. So when we actually jump down into our hourly view, this is where we can get that confirmation that we are looking to start surging to the upside. So we can see, of course, that we were getting a nice push through, finding the resistance just up here, the pullback that takes us down into the oversold area on the stochastic, the surge to the upside takes us into the overbought area, and now we're having this pullback. We're finding a good support, which hopefully will be this area that we were wicking just over previously, back into the oversold area, and then we're looking for the next surge to the upside. Polkadot is not showing any signs of wanting to slow down, so the anticipation now is to breach that 618 area of the Fibonacci. Basically above the $34.83 zone and get into this yellow box. Okay, this is where the main battles will be held. Getting rejected from here will not be very pretty, because we might potentially get rejected from this yellow box area altogether. But if everything lines up nicely for us and we continue to have these little baby corrections and don't get rejected from too heavy, then we could potentially surge all the way through it and get the closed candle that we need above the 786, okay, because that closed candle is a big bull signal that we're looking for Polkadot that will really send it to the next level when it comes to price discovery. Okay, and again, we'll just go back to our daily, shoot this back down. Those price targets that we've been talking about, right? Why we're going up to that level of $177. It's going to be a journey, right? We obviously have the 1.618. This comes in at 74.19. Okay, we obviously have the 2.618. This is $113.63. The 3.618, $153.07. And then we eventually get to the 4.236, which is $177.44, right? So there's going to be quite a few areas that we'll see rejections from. There'll be some clear areas that you might want to start thinking about taking profit, and basically, trade these areas, because when you get to these are high probability that you're going to get rejected. So you could basically dollar cost average better positions on each of the dips before surging to the next level. Obviously, there are then some dips you do not buy as we go into a bear market at a later stage. So there's lots of things to look forward to when it comes to Polkadot. Lots going on outside of just price discovery, right? Obviously, things with consumer are heating up, which obviously the testnet of Polkadot with the parachain auctions. We've got the para threads. There's a lot of projects that are building upon Polkadot, linking up to it. The idea, the ecosystem, I think is going to be quite an interesting one. I think it's going to get a lot of traction, and it's going to go parabolic at some point. So although our Fibonacci is showing $177, I wouldn't be too surprised either if Polkadot gets some serious traction and just wicks way above some of these areas as well. So guys, this is my brief update on Polkadot. Hopefully you have found it useful and informative. If you have, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then do subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.